Gemini, I feel like you're about to have something revealed to you that's been hidden from you for quite a long time. Somebody's hand has been invisible in your situation. It's caused quite a few complications. It's also created some unsettling feelings for you because there's been a general air of distrust since things haven't been transparent. And I do feel like that's something that's about to shift in the territory that you've been navigating. Something that you couldn't see before is going to be clear as day for you. And I do feel like somebody is coming forward in utter transparency, outlining everything for you so that you no longer have these doubts hanging over you that are causing you quite a bit of anxiety, stress, concern. Maybe concern even around who you can trust or what the best choice to make is in a particular situation. I feel like something is about to be restored for you. It's something that is rightfully yours. It's something that somebody was maybe trying to interfere in or was trying to claim for themselves. And this is going to be revealed to you. So where somebody has been moving covertly and certain details have been left out, I do feel like you're coming across the information you need to get you in a real strong position in this situation. This is something that's been going on for a while and it has its roots in the past, but now everything is coming up and out. And we're going to find out more details about this for you, Gemini. This is a read that is focusing on the lunar cycle that got kicked off with the Capricorn full moon back on the 10th of July. And today we have the new moon in Leo. It's also the start of Leo season, but this energy is still trailing a bit because we're in a Mercury retrograde cycle that is going to be in play until August 11th. So you're going to start to see these themes emerging. I do feel like there's a particular story, a particular thread of information that you have not been able to trace because it's been concealed from you, but this is what's going to start coming up and out. I think somebody is also showing you their hand. Like they're recognizing that the best way to deal with something is to be straight up with you. And this is going to make things a lot easier, Gemini, okay? Yeah, I do feel like there's been some sneaking around here. Somebody's been trying to hide what they've been up to. You've been able to feel it. It's created complications in moving forward in a situation just because you felt like, I can't move forward in good faith because something feels off. Your radar has picked up that something just feels off. And this may be something that people were telling you you were too much in your head about, or, you know, you're worrying for nothing, you know, but you could sense it. And it may be something you were picking up intuitively, but isn't it funny how often when we have an intuitive hunch about something, it usually does prove to be right on the mark. Like your instincts are there for a reason. So if something ain't feeling right in your gut, it's because you know something's amiss. And I think you spotted this pretty early on, and yet it's lingered because you haven't gotten the answers you've needed. And you did want to move forward, you know, in a situation, but you felt like before I can move forward in good conscience, I need to know that this is on the up and up. Like something's not feeling quite right, or something doesn't feel fair in a situation. And this may have involved a Libra and your desire for some kind of justice or balance in a situation. Okay, let's get some more details about this and see what is coming in here. Okay, we got some cards flying out to fill in the gaps where the understanding is lacking. So let's get some more details for you, Gemini. What do we got coming in here? I mean, this looks like something to do with reputation. This looks like something to do with public image. Could have something to do with somebody that you've been building with, somebody you share a house with, or there could be a house involved in this situation. There definitely could be shared assets in the main frame here as well. There's also a desire to turn something around, okay? It could even be around turning around the way something's perceived, the way something's seen. This could be in communication. This could be in online communication, wanting to have a clear understanding of something. And I do feel like this understanding will be coming into view. And this also could be connected to a Sagittarius. There's like Wheel of Fortune energy here. I think there's good news in connection with this because it does look like something's being illuminated. And you're going to start seeing something very differently than you were seeing it before. Now, this coming out comes to 21. So that's that world energy. Something is being successfully brought to a close. And this is what's providing a way through. On the other side of what's being brought to a close, and it could be something that's involving a fixed sign energy. Okay, the world's associated with the fixed signs of Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. So any of those characters could be in the mix here. There could be something that's been in too much of a like sort of a stuck position that's been presenting a real challenge for moving anything forward. And I feel like this is a case where the stuck gets unstuck, okay? And finally there is a way through. There's success on the other side of this, but there is something that needs to be completed. And I feel like what needs to be completed and what's causing the holdups is that there's been too much sneaking around. Too much has been cloaked, too much has been hidden. There's too much sort of like communication behind the scenes instead of direct, open communication. This could even be in a key relationship, okay? And something needs to be brought up and out and communicated clearly without this sort of like more hidden intention sort of energy running this show, because this is what's causing all the disappointment and problems. It's also casting whoever's been moving in that way, whoever has been sort of like, gossiping or not being upfront with what they're feeling or hiding their intentions. It's causing this individual to be cast in a really negative light here. And I feel like it's something that can easily be turned around just with transparency, with honesty. That's the way through in this situation. There may be somebody that's been having a hard time. Oh, I got a lot of sentience around this. There may be somebody who's been having a real hard time with this. Just being transparent, communicating openly, being direct. And they might finally be moving out of that position because they're starting to recognize it's causing nothing but losses and disappointments for them. It could be a fixed sign that's having this realization. This could be a Taurus, a Leo, an Aquarius, or a Scorpio. All right, more details about this. So this feels like your reputation is good here. I see that, Gemini. In some cases, you may be trying to act as a mediator in some kind of group dynamic to get things ironed out. I mean, somebody here is definitely taking a stand on their own, and they may be getting a lot of heat for it. I see that. This could be a Virgo. This could also be just you sort of moving into this hermit energy. Maybe you're extricating yourself from a group dynamic because you're like, you know what? You ain't moving right. And all I know is this is effing me up, man. I'm not seeing the light at the end of the day with this situation. This is creating all kinds of blockages for me. It's even messing with my money. I mean, this could be something that's casting you in a negative light in terms of like your business aspirations or your public image in some way. And you're like, no. I need to separate myself from this because this ain't right. It's causing some kind of loss for you, or you recognized it was. You also recognize that maybe there's something here that needs to be exposed. You might be somebody who's a bit of a whistleblower, like you're calling something out. You know that there's a group of people who've been doing something that ain't right, and maybe even causing interference or disappointment for somebody that's close to you, maybe somebody you consider family, and you're like, no, we need to rectify this situation. And so it feels to me like you're taking a stand for the truth. You may be speaking your truth. You may have, you know, broken from the pack. I think you took some heat for it. You know, maybe people thought you were being a little shady and doing that. Like, why aren't you standing with us? But you're like, no, wrong is wrong. Like, I feel like whatever you did here, you may have dealt with like a little bit of fallout around this. It could have even been a little fallout from a family or a friend group that are like family. It feels like it caused some heat for you, but I feel like this is being restored. I also feel like whatever you did here, the proof is going to be in the pudding, because in you taking this stand, anything that was lost, you gain. In fact, you grow as a result of it. And there's some kind of success that you're achieving here as a result of you saying, no, I'm not going along with this. I'm not going along with this crowd. I'm going to act of my own accord. I know what's right. And this preserves some kind of happiness for you, some kind of success for you. I also see there's growth here for you. There's something building in your life, and it's evident, like it's seen. And in a way, by you breaking from the pack and taking this action, it's like truth speaks for itself. That's where the justice is. It's like the justice comes on through for you. It's not eluding you because the proof is there. And I feel like quite the opposite. It's like there's a light that is shining on those who've been trying to conceal what they've been doing by sort of projecting things on you. And it's like their hands being revealed. So there's something being called out here that's been an injustice. And in some way, there's reward for you in relation to this. You may have been doing this for a family member or somebody you're really close to, you know. You felt like you had to do this in good conscience. And that may have even meant that you had to break ties or break away from popular opinion with other people that you normally feel really close to. But because you took the right action, there's some kind of reward here for you. It's really actually a cool energy. Yeah, you had illumination around a certain bone of contention that was a blind spot for others. That's what I feel. And you have sound judgment in regard to this. And where you were cast as like sort of a devil, it's sort of like, no, you know, the joke's on you. I was moving in harmony with my dharma. I was doing the work, man. I moved away from what you all were up to, and I had to separate myself from that because it was wrong. And I'm not going to go down with this ship. Like, I'm not going to get stuck at this crossroads. I'm not going to be hung up. I'm not going to fall for the tricks of this trickster. You know, it's like you saw through some kind of deception here. And you're moving forward. You are moving forward. There's some kind of blessing in this for you with whatever you cut off here. It looks like you cut off a particular connection. It is somebody that you used to feel really close to. I see that. This could be a lover. This could be a family member. This could be a dear friend. But there was something you discovered here. And you don't need to learn the lesson twice. And you played your hand. You played a different hand than they were expecting. Your wild card was the Joker here. And the action you took, it looks like you went rogue. It pays off for you. But it's a bitter pill for another. I feel like whoever you broke away from here in favor of supporting, you know, maybe the unpopular opinion. That's kind of how it's coming through. Or supporting the underdog, something like this. Let's see what this is. Any more details about this for Gemini? There's some kind of blessing coming through for you. Whatever you lost as a result of taking an unpopular action, I feel like you're getting some blessing. It's like the powers that be, Spirit saw what you did. And Spirit saw everything that went down here too. And so now the allocation of rewards are going to the appropriate parties who moved correctly in a situation where it may have been very tempting to just go along with the crowd. Queen of Spades. in the shadow here, okay? So I think this is what was desired. Somebody here wanted you to go along with the crowd, and maybe you had to break from this person and say, no, I'm not going to go along with this. And that made you fall out with this person. It's somebody you used to be connected to, somebody you're really close with. They might be an ex now. They could be an ex-friend, an ex-lover, okay? Something along these lines. I think it took a lot of strength for you to do this. It wasn't easy for you to do this, but because you did this, there is something that is so evident, it cannot be denied. It's crystal clear. You could have been dealing with an air sign energy, a fellow Gemini like you, a Libra, an Aquarius, okay? There's some kind of justice here. In whatever action you took, it was the right action to take in this matter. Let me do one more round here, okay? What is this sweet reward? I'm kind of curious what the sweet reward is. There was one more shadow card that wanted to fall out here that I'll have a look at, but I want to see what little inkling of what this like wild blessing is that's coming in for Gemini. Can I get anything on that, Spirit? Okay. Ooh. Yeah, it has something to do with positive communication about your work, positive communication about what you have to offer, okay? Yeah, it might even be like more exposure for the work that you do, all right? Word getting out about the work that you do, or the way that you operated in a situation that's really going to boost your visibility. It's going to make a lot more people want to work with you, maybe where you were finding yourself experiencing like lost opportunities or roadblocks, or you couldn't get something moving forward. I feel like that's about to turn around, okay? So this is good. I mean, it might have cost you a little bit. It might have cost you some opportunities. It might have cost you some quick, easy advancement because you didn't go along with the crowd, but I feel like your reputation, though, I mean, that at the end of the day, a good, solid public reputation is worth its weight in gold. And that's what people are going to see, you know. You moved correctly here. So congratulations, because I feel like you took an action that was really difficult for you to take in this situation. And in some cases, you know, there may be another person on the other side of this who feels like you betrayed me because you didn't go along with this. But I see that you sort of dropped into your own sense of ethics in this situation, and you did what you felt was right. And it wasn't an easy judgment call, but you did the right thing. And it's going to be very clear. And so anything that was lost on that level, as far as your opportunities or how it affected your work or how it affected your reputation within a community, within a group dynamic, anything like this, I feel like that's being rectified. Now, what is this? Because it's kind of falling on this side where something's being balanced out here with what wasn't right. It looks like it's in relation to your work, your finances, okay? There could have been a Scorpio connected to this. This could have been a family matter. This could have been related to somebody having an affair or working with somebody behind the scenes in such a way that you recognize that I thought we were on the same page, and you're like throwing me under the bus here. Like, what's up with this? Like, there's something you recognized was causing problems for you, and you had to separate yourself from it. You had no other option. You had to let it go. And I don't think it was easy, but whatever you did here, it's moving you into a position of power. This is good energy. Again, you saw through the blind spot. You saw the way that this could backfire, the way that this could come undone, that other people couldn't see. And you were like, let me just get myself out of the way of this tower. And you effectively did that. Good for you. You got like, you're in a good place of karmic balance here. I see it very clearly. There could have been a Pisces connected to this situation. All right, let me do a cut of the deck here. See what we got. Yeah. All right, we got some kind of emotionally manipulative, masculine energy here, water sign energy. Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Pisces came out pretty strong. You saw what was hidden. You saw through the manipulation. You saw that maybe somebody was also working your heart. Somebody was manipulating you. And once the truth was seen, you very clearly knew what you had to do. And you trusted your judgment about this. There may have even been some envy around you. Or somebody coveted something that was yours, okay? They wanted your position, or they wanted your person, the person you were in a relationship with. There was something here that was shady. And so you put an end to this because nobody was going to work you here. That's what I see. All right. This is good. I mean, I'm glad. And I think whoever was doing this, that's been able to operate like this covertly for a while, is being called out. So that's a plus, right? All right, let's get you a power card here. What's on the bottom of the deck? Yeah, and I think you dealt with a lot of anxiety. You know, you may have questioned yourself, you know, if this was the right thing for you to do to break from the pack, because I don't think that you did this without taking some heat. But just know what you brought to an end, anything that was causing complication for you, there's no reason to have any anxiety around it. Okay, it's done, it's dusted. It was an unnecessary fear because something is being rectified for you. Right, good energy, Gemini. All right, let's get you a power card during this cycle. So you know the best way to move, what to stay focused on so you can be in the strongest position here. It already looks like you're in a really good position. I see it come up for you. So wherever you did experience loss from taking this action, I see a come up. Okay, I see restoration. Something's gained. And what you let go, something is gained. And it's a level up. It's better than what you had before. All right? Very positive energy here. All right, so let's get some more details for Gemini. Get you a power card to help you navigate this Mercury retrograde cycle. Oh, this wanted to be left behind. Okay, we'll look at that. But I do want to shuffle one. But something here wants to be left behind. That's specifically in relation to this. Yeah, you see? We got Tagetes here, Mexican marigold. Often this is about energetic attachments. Tagetes helps us with the big closing of cycles that we all experience in our lives, the deaths in our lives when we need to let things go. It's understanding that whatever is released, whatever is sacrificed, there's something to be gained on the other side of that, and I see that. All right, this is you creating through the ashes of what came to a close here. I mean, you could have been dealing with a Scorpio, certainly. I do see that imagery. It came out a little bit. You could be dealing with any of the characters that I mentioned here. But I also feel like you might want to be aware of doing a little bit of energetic clearing too. There may still be like a certain tie that binds, like an energetic link here, an energetic cord that needs to be dissolved, a soul contract that needs to be dissolved. But I do feel like on the other side of this, there's something new springing to life here. There's maybe even some creativity coming through here that will be something to expand into your future, that will be a future source of growth, maybe even financial resources here, okay? Some kind of exposure, positive exposure, right? People discovering your work. You might be in some kind of creative line of work here. And I feel like it'll turn out really well for you. Okay, go ahead and get your power card here. But I wanted to really specify this. I feel like ultimately it works out for both parties too, whatever is being released here. Yeah, look at this. This is so beautiful. What a confirmation. Trust yourself. You did the right thing. You absolutely did the right thing. And there's so much that's going to grow and come to fruition for you right now. You're going through a lot of changes. You're in the process of metamorphosis right now. And so there's a lot of strengths and empowerments that you're stepping into. And I love this. And it's coming in with like big Emperor energy. We got number 4 here. 31, so yeah, that's like Halloween. You very well could have been dealing with a Scorpio in this situation, but see, there's new life on the other side. And you know what I'm really picking up here is I feel like it works both ways. I also feel like for the other person too, you know, there's something that grows for them on the other side of this, but this may have been a really rough cycle with whatever you released here, but transformations here. And there's a lot of growth and a lot of development, a lot of coming to fruition, and also coming into a true state of personal empowerment. And there could be an Aries connected to this, all right? Looks good. Keep trusting yourself. You're moving in the right way, and it's about to pay off for you big time. And where others doubted, it's going to be crystal clear.